Hey y'all, and welcome to another Couch Conversation episode. Today's episode, of course, is going to be all about my relationship with God, and I'm super excited about this one. So let's get into it. When y'all be asking me like friendship related questions about, just being a good friend or making friends or how do I have the people that I have in my life now, I really cannot explain to y'all anything else other than the fact that that is nobody but God. Like, friendship is an area in my life that God has done a great work on because the people that I have in my life, heaven sent, God sent. I cannot explain how amazing my friends are. No drama, no strife. Like, we can easily joke harshly and people think we hate each other. That's how good we got it. We just rock like that. And God's hand in like has just been all over my friend group in the past few years of my life, and just the loyalty, the support, the love, the communication, and everything is literally top tier. I mean, we defend each other, we fight for each other, we have each other's backs all the time. If there's a disagreement, legit, we will fix it right then and there on the spot because we will drop everything. When I gave God my life at a very young age, like 3 years old, I made the best decision of my life, and I will never regret it. Giving God my heart was one of the best things that I could have ever done for myself. And God, when you're on this journey and you're in this relationship with God, He really just starts to work out those things in your life that you thought your hands could even touch, but it's not even humanly possible. It's not in your hands to do that. Only God can do that. And so at this point in my life, I would most definitely say that I am secure with my salvation because I've been through sunshine and rain, heartache and pain. I've been through some near-death experiences. Um, I've, I've hit rock bottom. And surviving all of that, you can't even try to convince me that God isn't real or He doesn't do miracles because I've seen Him do it in my life. Whenever certain, life monstrosities, happen to me, I am literally so calm now about it because, like, one, I've been through this season, like I said, called rock bottom before. It feels like it's been a million times. And so it's just like, for me, it's like, okay, all right, God, let's go. Because I've been through too much that I just trust God enough with my life, my heartbreak, my success, my struggle, my fears, my everything, because I know that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to the glory that shall be revealed. And I know that the tears can never compare to the joy that is set before me. I remember 2019, was and still is so far in my personal life the most challenging year for me, in life, period. I lost my grandmother, I got surgery, and let's just stop there because one, I had never lost someone that close to me before until, you know, my grandmother passed away. And then number two, getting surgery, I had never had any major medical issues until I, had scoliosis and everything and got the surgery. And I was barely making it through my first year of middle school due to, having scoliosis. And it was stressful. It was heavy and it was dark. And now we fast forward to almost 4 years later, and you look at someone who is in sophomore season, 16, a media director in church, serving God for real. I have the friends of my dreams, enjoying life, making the important things and people that matter in my life a priority, and living my best life. Like, only God can do that kind of stuff, okay? What kind of helps me mentally, kind of structure my life it's like a pyramid for me. You got God, and then under that comes everything else, like family, friends, ministry, church, and personal life and things like that. And when you have God on top, your life is a manifestation of his work and his will being fulfilled in your life, his favor and his blessings that he has given to you. There's a lot of young people slash church kids that grew up in a churchy culture, whether or not they liked going to church. But they did not understand at the time that their commitment was based off of a routine rather than a relationship. And I think that's the reason why a lot of young people struggle even now, contemplating choosing God, because they've been heavily influenced by the world because they saw that as a way out. And now they're trying to decide between what feels good to them and what's their source of true comfort. There's many kids who call themselves, Christians. And then when I see them, it's like, okay, so what part of what you're representing has anything to do with God? Like, out of all the things you represent in your life, how much of that is God related? And then it'd be like, oh, well, I'm trying to stop cussing and da 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 da, and I'm trying to do better with my relationship with God. And here I go, just randomly scrolling through Instagram, and then in the stories, I see lyrics with cuss words, and then I see devils and just demons all over that stuff, and then it's like they wonder why their life is going downhill. And I'm just like, I'm always going to steer you back to God. But respectfully, my relationship with God won't save you. And that's the thing that gets people in a mind game, because they just think, oh, because my friends, some of my friends are Christians, I get a VIP spot and, everything. And it's not like that. One thing people gonna know about me is that I love God. Okay? I no doubt about it. I love God, and I love how he loves me. I love being secure in the fact that I am his forever. As long as I commit to my part faithfully on earth before eternity. The part where I say that I'm always going to steer people to Jesus, since 2019, for about 3 years, every time the clock strikes 12 midnight on Sunday, I have been posting a segment called Sunday Song in my Instagram story. Every single Sunday for the past 3 years, I have been doing that. And now looking back, like sitting and actually saying it, it's crazy, because that's wild. I've been consistent in it for a hot minute. And if you don't know what I am talking about, you can go to the highlight section for Sunday Song, and it is right here on my Instagram account, as you guys can see right now. Giving them a little bit of everything, giving them worship and devotion, and just throwing things into the mix to, just spread Jesus across the board, period. And it's hard to believe that I haven't stopped, doing Sunday Song yet. And I don't know when I will. I don't know. I don't know how I haven't ran out of songs. Sometimes it's previous songs that I'll repost because it's been a while. And certain songs that you hear back then hit different now. And so I'll repost it, previous things. But this new gospel music been banging, giving me some stuff to add to, not just the gram too, but as well as my personal worship playlist. As y'all know, I was born into a family of preachers, basically. My paternal grandparents, and then of course my dad. The main goal for them, I think, in raising me to who I am now and who I will become, I think their goal has always been to see me in spiritual success, meaning serving God genuinely and having a real relationship with God. between my parents, grandparents, um, unbiological aunties and uncles in church, they made sure that I understood God for myself, and they made sure that I understood prayer, worship, devotion, and service to God. And that upbringing has been the saving grace of my life that I am forever grateful for, because it's the driving force in how I structure my life. With 2022 coming to an end, I can most definitely say that God and I have been peas in a pod this year. I mean, it's just the way that I have connected with God has just been unmatched. This year has been really, really special on a spiritual level. Worship this year, I feel like I've been getting even deeper into worship. It's just like, just when you think you done gone into the deep blue, you go into the deep, deep, deep blue, okay? The way that I have just been indulged into worship this year has taken me to heights that are literally farther than the solar system at this point. I mean, whew, I have never had a doubt in my mind of the kind of God that I serve, and the proof has always been existent, and it's everlasting. I talk about my family, I also talk about my friends, I talk about my love for music, I talk about my love for football, and just all these other things that make my life what it is. But I also love getting to share my personal perspective on having a relationship with God, because it's just satisfying to me. Like, I love talking about God because I'll never be able to get over the way that he loves me. I know my people love me, and I know my family and friends, they love me, but God's love is just, it's a different kind of love that can't be compared to any other. And that same love that I have received from God, and the love that God gives to me, is the same love that I want, all my people to experience. And so that's why I love talking about God, because it just gives me not just an opportunity to talk about God, of course, but it gives me an opportunity to let people know that you can be loved, and that you are loved the exact same way that I am loved by the same God that I serve. And that's powerful. That is it. Thank y'all so much once again for joining me for Couch Conversations. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, of course. Follow me on all of my social media platforms, and I will see you guys later.